Welcome back to Blacklisted News and Reviews, your social bias media. I'm Goma.
I'm Morty.
I'm Blacky.
And I'm Serenity.
What the fuck was up with that fucking
Alrighty.
pose?
Good job, boys. Okay. Who wants to
Who
handle...
the fuck said your twink ass was allowed to speak?
What?
Me?
What
You think I was gonna ask for permission, bitch?
I did not sign up for this. I will have a discussion with HR after
HR
this.
actually was the one that brought him in. You'll see right here we were lacking in the twink department.
It was bad enough we let a woman on our stream.
Yeah, but
What's next? We're gonna let the color. What's next? We're gonna let the coloreds in too.
What do you mean? We've had the sand boy here all the time.
Look at Mort. What are you on about?
I'm darker than Morty is.
Are you?
I'm darker than Morty is, and I'm a fucking Nord.
So then you're colored. By definition, you're colored. Okay, alright.
This was
Syracuse police officer shoves news photographer to the ground during protest. Parentheses, video, parentheses.
alright.
An unidentified police officer approaches the photographer, Dennis Nett, before shoving him to the ground on Saturday during a street protest.
You know,
and
probably the problem is probably that protester.
No, hold on a second here. Photographer Dennis Nett suffered scrapes and bruises and 2 broken camera. You don't suffer 2 broken camera lenses. They're not fucking bones in your body.
No,
you fucking
hold on.
autist.
Now, if you're gonna be photographing in the middle of a fucking protest where police photograph.
Okay, well, let's
in
get
the
this
middle
right.
of a protest, you would better be ready to get pushed over. Like, what the fuck? These people are using tear gas and shit, and you're like,
hang on.
I got pushed over.
Hang on.
You don't suffer. You don't suffer scrapes and bruises. There's just injuries. It's not like he's fucking.
It's not even that bad. If you watch the video, he like there's fucking like full on like cops in like full on gear, and the guy is like motioning for him to move back, and I'm presuming that Dennis is like shaking his head or something because he loses his cool real quick. This officer's just like, well, shit. If you're not gonna listen.
Listen, that's what the butt of a stock is for. You just hit them with it.
He doesn't even hit him with the stock. He just pushes him with his hand.
Hang on.
Why is this 27 seconds video? Why is this 27 seconds video? Seconds. Just fucking. In different.
Hang on a second. We have to address the fact that this wording. This was not a protest. These are fucking riots right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna go over there, and start videotaping and photographing a goddamn riot, first of all, you need to have one of those fucking vests on that they have in war zones, you know, so people can tell that you're not a part of any of this. And second, you need to be prepared to get knocked the fuck down.
Like, I assume it says that he has like his full like press pass and stuff showing, but like a press pass.
This is a fucking riot. This is not the fucking news to cover.
If it's dangling from your neck like it's a lanyard or some shit, like that's just dumb. Like you like in a panic situation, you expect.
There's also the fact that the police are trying to control the situation so the whole city does not burn because of fucking this huge tantrum.
Protesters were breaking windows at the police headquarters and nearby criminal courts building.
If during a riot the authority figures tell you to move the fuck back, you either move the fuck back or get knocked the fuck down. That is just common knowledge, you dumbass.
Plus, like, this isn't even that bad. Like, there was a video on Twitter of, like, a news crew being shot at with rubber bullets. But, like, regardless, move the fuck away! What the fuck are you doing trying to get coverage of this for?
Does your camera not have zoom? You could have just watched it from back.
Blacky, watch the goddamn video. It's literally
I watched
just
it.
It says it's the first 2 seconds repeated at different speeds. For
Yeah.
27
And what I love about this video is it doesn't even show the guy falling. All it all it is he gets like the camera points downwards, like scrapes, cuts, and bruises from falling. What was that push? Was it like a fucking Dova King shout? What the hell?
Like he didn't even in the video he doesn't even like shove the guy down. He just like starts pushing him backwards.
Pushing him backwards, yeah. Get the fuck back.
Are you telling me Dennis was this much of a fucking puss
I love-
that he
I
got
love
knocked over by that little shove?
I love this
Who
writing
is this
though.
man?
I love this writing though.
Wait,
The
Dennis
opposite-
was 60 years old?
Yeah. He's a fucking 60-year-old
What the fuck is
motherfucker
going
who
on
should
here?
have known
I was
better.
gonna ask if he's Mr. Glass, if his bones fucking shattered just getting out of bed in the morning, but no, he's 60 fucking years old. In the middle of a fucking
I mean,
riot.
he didn't even suffer any broken bones. All he got was some scrapes.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he did
wow.
suffer those 2 broken camera lenses though.
Ah, nah, man,
But,
not the camera lenses.
As I was
To
saying,
be fair,
though,
those things are expensive. Those
I
things
mean,
are
of
like
course they're
$100.
expensive, but you should know
still,
better.
He had better be suffering those. Those are some expensive shit there. But I'm pretty sure, like, fucking hell. God damn.
Come on, but like I was saying, this writing
go
is
there.
spectacular. Because the officer extended his right arm toward Net while holding a long gun of some kind in his left. Like, you're not even fucking bothering. Like, what the fuck is the point of writing this here? What in the absolute fucking point is the point of writing? Of course he has some sort of long gun in his fucking
Hold on.
left. He's fucking trying to silence this goddamn riot.
Go ahead, Mort. What is your question?
Hold on, I do have a question. George Floyd.
Is it just me or is Mort breaking up pretty bad?
He's breaking the fuck up.
What's your
So-
I
question?
said,
George Floyd? Who is
Who the
George
fuck-
Floyd?
What?
yeah, who the fuck is George Floyd?
George Floyd is the one that's causing all the riots. You remember the other day I was telling you I had to barricade my home so that because of the riots. That's over George Floyd. He is
He's
a
the
man
guy who died.
basically got he died in police custody. Like the cop was like kneeling on his throat or something like that. It wasn't like the man was trying to the cop was trying to kill him. It's just like he had his knee on his throat, and that's not how you take a person in.
The cop was a
The cop
fucking
was a
dipshit.
fucking autist, an absolute ignoramus idiot.
Yes, dumbest.
And he
dumbest
deserves
person
to be punished to the full fucking extent of the law for being such a fucking idiot.
That's criminal negligence, or
I
I don't
don't
even know if it
care.
was negligence at that point. How do you neglect? You're fucking kneeling on this man's neck. How do you neglect that?
Hold on, wait, you're telling me.
He's
you're
this man.
telling
Look,
me-
look, right here.
You're telling me they went into Bear City over a black man and they went down a slacking but
you're gonna have to try harder.
You're gonna have to
Are you
speak
going? Are
actual
you going to get a
English.
connection? Are you going to get a connection sometime?
Alright, man.
Yes, they're
Jesus
burning the
Christ.
city because of this. They're using this man's passing as a fucking excuse to riot.
One man.
and chimp the
No,
fuck out.
it's not just the one city. All of America is burning right now because of this bullshit.
Where
I mean-
where did this George Floyd event actually happen?
Wasn't it Minneapolis?
Minnesota. Minneapolis? I thought it was Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Some one of those
from
mini things.
Minneapolis to
One of those minis.
Arizona. From Minneapolis to Arizona.
And to New
No,
York too.
every single state
Essentially,
has at least one
every
city
major
rioting now.
city.
Wow. Fucking wow.
Every single state in America right now has at least one city rioting because of this bullshit.
This is insane.
Like,
Mainly
one
because
man.
Antifa is going over there and instigating shit. Now,
Antifa are
hey,
fucking morons and terrorists.
the quarantine's
Before
got
we go
everybody
any-
really
before we
fucking
go any
bored.
further-
They
Before we
should
go any
actually
further-
be shot.
Before we go any further, I want to take a look at this long gun of sorts that this officer is holding. Now, it clearly has a container at the top, and it doesn't look like a regular rifle. So I can only assume it's some type of airsoft gun or rubber bullet gun.
Yeah, it's
The
just shoot
kid-
rubber bullets.
So again, this writer lacks any fucking common sense.
Yeah, some sort of long gun in his hand. Like, what the
Actually, like, that container on the top, that isn't one of those, like, fucking pepper spray paintball guns, is it? Please tell me it's not.
No, it's rubber bullets.
No, it's just rubber bullets.
Alright.
You know, that's like a paintball container, only it has rubber bullets in it.
Yeah.
Alright. I was gonna say, I was asking if it was gonna be like those paintball guns that are filled with pepper spray. Because that might...
No, I don't think so.
Nah, you don't think so? Okay.
I think they're, like, actually pepper spraying. Like, just, like, instead of, like shooting
actually,
it out.
they raided the local Cabela's, got all the bear mace, just going to town.
There's a video of them going around doing drive-bys.
Drive-by pepper spray.
No, not drive-by. Drive-by shooting with the fucking rubber bullets.
Oh, that's amazing.
That just makes me think they get, like, the SWAT man and two guys...
I want them to have a drone overhead firing paintballs.
It makes me think of them just driving by with the SWAT van, and they got two guys holding onto the back with rifles and just.
Listen, man, I want to see an AC-130 in the air, just pelting.
We need
UAV overhead.
We need a pepper spray carpet bombing over here.
Good lord.
It's like those fuel air bomb containers, but they don't ignite it. It's just filled with pepper spray.
You know, they used to use wooden bullets prior to rubber, but they killed a little too many people, so they switched over.
Mark my words.
They should get salt shells for a shotgun.
Look.
No,
What are they, slugs?
I'm pretty sure they used to use like shotgun shells filled with salt.
What? That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure that was the thing. I'd have to look it up, but like I'm not sure how long ago that was. that might have been like colonial times. I'm not sure.
Look, mark my words. Some idiot is gonna bring their kid to one of these protests or
the kid's
riots.
gonna die.
Yeah, the kid's gonna get hit the kid's gonna get hit in the face by like some tear gas or a rubber bullet or some shit and be like maimed, and they're gonna blame the police for it instead of the idiot who brought their kid.
To violent protests. I shit you not. Like, I just get a message from my roommate and he's fucking terrified, and it's like, listen, just barricade the fucking house. Or barricade the apartment.
I wouldn't be surprised if a parent brought the kid to the protest and in the confusion beats the kid over the head with a fucking bat and then blames the fucking cops somehow.
No, they're gonna do that without the confusion. They're going to beat their kid ahead of time
and then blame it on the
blame
cops.
the police.
Whoa.
I didn't abuse my child. That was the police.
Listen, I can't find proof that the police are terrible people, but I can. But I'm sure it's true, so I'm just gonna make proof and then blame the police. That's what it.
Crazy.
Let's get this straight up. I don't care if that cop that killed the dude had gone into a church and just gunned down every black person in there. That still does not justify this countrywide tantrum. It does not justify this tantrum that is going on. This is just people having a tantrum. That cop is facing charges right now.
It's like
justice is being served.
Remember when
you all need to calm the fuck down.
Remember when that one dude went into a fucking not a mosque. Is it a mosque? The Muslim place of worship, and he fucking just gunned down all those Muslims? I mean, I don't see any riots for that, is all I'm saying.
Listen, here's the thing.
Well, you see, the Muslims don't riot, they just kill people.
There is an estimated, like, 318 million people in America. And, like, there are thousands of peaceful interactions between Americans and police officers every day. And that includes black people and police officers, white people and police officers. I guarantee you, though, if you were to look at all of the fuck-ups that police have, because police aren't perfect, they do fuck up, like this George Floyd thing. Like, if you look at them, there are going to be more overall fuck-ups with white people, like white people dying in police custody and shit like that when they shouldn't have, because there's just, like, there's no race issue here. It was one guy, but, like, I feel like black people have this, like, belief, this firm belief, that the whole world is out to get them. And they take any form of confirmation bias they can get. This one person gets fucked over. 10 people this year get fucked over. However many people get fucked over, and they're like, This is a problem. This needs to stop. Every time a black person is caught by a police officer, they are rolling the dice over if that police officer is racist. That is not the case. You do not become a police officer to be racist. That is not the goal. That is a tangential thing.
I mean, like I said before, these cops have body cams. Like there was like video of the incident. This guy is going to face punishment.
People get pissed over body cams.
I don't look. Hang on a second. I don't think it's a confirmation bias. I think it's a feedback loop of just them feeling hearing about how they're because all these people going and saying all these white people who are going and trying to save the black race. All these black people are oppressed, and then eventually it starts to I'm not going to say that they aren't oppressed. There are certainly biases that still exist, but they are not nearly as bad as they used to be. I'm not saying we live in a perfect world, but things do improve slowly over time.
I just don't understand the point of targeting anyone outside of the people who are responsible. Like, the person who did this is going to face punishment, and taking this further than it needs to go is beyond justifiable. Also, we kind of just murdered the man who's a spectator.
People are dead over this. No, real quick, serious talk. People have died.
Oh no, people have died. People have lost their eyes.
People have been trampled.
All over
this is retarded. This is unacceptable. This is an unacceptable.
Businesses have just been burnt down, destroyed
in a terrible way. This is why you do not handle these things in the public court. It's just wrong. This is not acceptable. Imagine how many people are going to be affected by these riots because one person died.
This is basically how the First World War started.
Whoa!
One fucking.
Excuse me.
More with actual connection. He's saying that this is equivalent to Archduke Ferdinand getting fucking capped and then starting the whole World War. Which is not exactly the same, but it is a decent parallel.
I'm not going to go into that, but Serenity, when you said that sometimes these things shouldn't be in the public court, sometimes justice does need to be seen. To be shown.
He's saying the mob mentality here, where people are going out of their way to take the law into their own hands and acting as a whole fucking swath of vigilantes, except they're not even doing it properly. They're not even targeting the fucking right things. It's not like they went to his house and they fucking gunned him down. They're just going around the entire fucking town, not even in the same fucking town in some cases, and just beating the shit out of people, burning shit, harassing other officers. What fucking sense does it make?
Listen,
imagine if Batman decided to take down the Joker by going to a fucking insane asylum and beating the shit out of the people there. It is not what fucking sense does this make?
Every fucking police officer here is in the country is fucking scared out of their mind at this moment. I guarantee you.
I'm saying, if Batman decided that the one way to take down the Joker was to beat the shit out of the mentally insane, I'm pretty sure we'd have a big fucking problem with it. Yet here you are doing the exact same fucking thing.
He's just stopping any future Jokers from popping up.
Apparently.
Genius, fucking genius. We solved the issue. Let's just kill all white people.
Kill all white people, kill all cops.
So you're saying the person who stole the autism horse was Batman?
Why did they take autism horse, dude? I saw some responses from people who are actually autistic, and they were kind of happy because they don't appreciate the way that organizations like that treat them, and I can sympathize with that. But why take the horse? Why take the horse? What does that accomplish?
People do anything for any reason.
You know what? I bet you it was an autistic person who stole it.
I understand why they're upset with that organization, Autism Speaks and all that shit, because it is a very unfair portrayal that they have of them, even if they are sort of trying to help them. But why take the horse? Why take the fucking horse?
We need to move on to the truck driver.
Okay, yeah, this one I like.
This
just
is
from the
nice.
headline.
Truck drives through a crowd of protesters on a Minneapolis bridge. Officials say driver hospitalized after being dragged from his truck and beaten.
Good Lord.
But no others were hurt.
He didn't
Hang
hurt
on. So
anybody.
he didn't actually hurt any of the protesters, but they pulled him out of the truck and beat
beat
the
the
living
shit
shit
out
out
of
of
him.
him.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You know-
I thought, no, legitimately, I thought this man drove into the protesters, and I was about to commend this man. He
No,
drove
okay. He drove through and people got out of the way, but they still beat the shit out of him.
Fuck.
I
You
wish
are
we had trucks of
goddamn
peace.
road.
Let's take a look at this fucking video.
I'm just saying, I wish we had trucks of peace around here. You know, like how they had.
Oh
here?
yeah, they moved out of the way before he even got there.
No, listen. This is why we need military.
They're in the
police.
middle of a
People-
fucking highway. Look at this
people
shit.
get- Yeah, no, it's legal. Like, if you can't slow down, it is legal to hit these people because you can't. Like, you're not.
Oh
supposed to be on
man,
the
that
highway.
truck driver should not have stopped in the middle there.
He
I
should
don't
not
know
have
why
stopped. He should have
stopped.
kept going. Holy shit! Look at them. They're rushing
Look at
him.
them. It's like a zombie apocalypse movie. What the fuck
Honestly,
is this?
what the actual
Absolute
fuck?
Oh no! Someone tripped. Someone
someone
tripped. And
he
Okay,
stopped.
So
right in front of
he
him.
stopped so he wouldn't run over them, and then they beat the shit out of him.
That is
Wow.
That
Holy
is
shit.
surreal.
You protesters
should've
are
stopped.
really helping your movement
Shouldn't
there.
have stopped. Should have just.
He should have just
continued.
kept fucking going. Good
Should
Lord, man.
have run that fucker over. I swear to God, I think he laid
You
that
got-
on purpose.
You protesters are really fucking helping your movement by beating the shit out of people trying to do their damn jobs. You're making yourselves look really good here. Dipshits.
This man is in the hospital. It's not like he hit anyone. This is dumb.
My
This
God.
shit, like, you see him. If you look really closely as he zooms in, you can see the guy getting up. Like, it's
People
just a speck
threw
with
their
his leg.
bicycles into the path of the truck to. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
You people
What
are
in the
fucking.
absolute
You
fuck is
people are
wrong with
human
you?
garbage.
Fucking
No, you're
garbage.
human garbage having tantrums. You need to stop.
Also, I want to say something here. What amazes me about this picture, like above, the video, if you look at it, you can see, like, it's not the actual. It's just a clip of the video. But if you look at it, you can see like the people right in front of the truck, and it's just a crowd of white people, and then like a handful of black people. This is amazing.
This is ridiculous.
They all have masks on in the middle of a riot in the coronavirus. Like in the middle of the coronavirus, these rioters.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. You're having riots during a pandemic. You dipshits. Congratulations. You're all going to have to be stuck home even later.
You know,
a second wave is going to hit because of you dipshits.
That's kind of good. Like this mass
I hope
exposure,
all of these people.
this
die.
mass
Every
exposure to
single
the
one of them.
coronavirus is going to help speed up the rate at which people become
You know what?
immune to it. or
You're
the rate at
absolutely
which
right.
people die
Everyone
by it.
who was on that bridge, I hope every single one of them dies from the corona.
Jesus
Like
Nothing would be lost.
like I'm
Nothing
saying-
to humanity would be lost.
Like I'm saying, like you know
How
how
are you
said,
going to do this? How are you going to get on a fucking highway and like get in front of a truck, lay down, stop the truck, and then pull the man out of the truck for doing his goddamn job, and like beat the fuck out of him? What the hell?
Oh wow! Look at this! Look at this tweet here. Horrifying traffic cam video of a semi going full speed through crowd of protesters.
No, the
He
fuck he
stopped.
didn't.
First of all, those protesters got the fuck out of the way before he got over there.
Way the fuck
Second
out
of all, apparently going full speed, that truck must be really great to stop on a dime to not hit the person
Yeah,
who
that's
trips.
real fucking like. I don't know about you, man.
Jason D. Russia, or whatever the fuck your name is, you're a piece of shit. Go kill yourself.
Like the dude was coming around a corner. He stopped as fast as he could.
Like, I shit you not, man. This I have, like, the protests here. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just gives me a migraine.
Let's
But hold
move
on, Blacky. Like
We
you were
got-
saying, remember, like you said, if we just give everybody the corona, and when we just let it, like, give it a bit,
Kill the
like
weak.
it'll pass all, like essentially, like then it won't be a concern anymore. I mean, that's essentially like what's happening here. Like they're speeding up the process, right?
Well, look, that's the only choice we have at this point because so many idiots out there just. Man, I saw this video of this woman. Apparently, she had trouble breathing in the mask, right? So what she does is she goes and cuts a hole in the center of the mask, and goes out in public and just does shit. Like she's wearing the mask and it's like covering her face, but there's a big hole just in the middle of the mask, and you can see her lips clearly through it.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that the Guardian has the absolute gall to ask for a donation after lying in their headlines.
We can't sit here dealing with the Guardian forever. We got a lot of articles to go through.
What's next?
Why don't you get the next one, Serenity?
Which one are we doing?
The next on the list.
The KTLA.
KTLA. Hold on. Gotta scroll the fuck up.
Professionalism, sir.
It's common to just have them all open before.
All right. You were right to feel wrong. Newsom's response to weekend violence. Governor Gavin Newsom met with faith leaders Monday and urged peace as the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis continued to ignite protests by day and violence and looting by night in many cities across California and the nation. Newsom implored Californians to show empathy to one another in the first news conference since before he deployed to California. Before he deployed the California National Guard to Los Angeles early Sunday morning. Marked the third time in more than half a century that troops have responded to unrest in the city over violence against a black man in police custody. You've lost patience, so have I. You are right to feel wronged. You are right to feel the way you are feeling, Newsom said to protesters, adding, society has a responsibility to you to be better and to do better.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Let's just stop you. Hold on. Third time in more than half a century. Hold up. So you're telling me that we have an actual race issue where you can only fucking cite to me 3 times in more than half a century? You're telling me that only 3 times you can cite to me when this was a big issue?
And this is only 3 times in half a century that the National Guard had to be called in.
Yeah, that this isn't about people. There are a lot of examples of black people, specifically.
I was talking about in the city, particularly in this particular city.
No,
well, yeah,
it's Minneapolis. This is we're talking about California. This is the state that he's speaking about.
Mm-hmm.
But George Floyd happened in Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, I think
so. That's a completely different state. I don't know which state. Because I'm an idiot, but it's a different
I want to address what he said there. Society has a responsibility to you to be better. No, the fuck it doesn't. You are part of society. You have a responsibility to make a good society, and you fuckers go over there on that bridge, fucking beating the shit out of a dude in the truck that stopped. You have a responsibility to be better than that.
You people
have a responsibility to not be a piece of fucking garbage.
Again, California is a completely different animal from those people.
Well, hold on. You people are the type of people who don't put the fucking shopping cart back. You are the type of people when given a fucking when given a test, when given the ability to do right for the sake of doing right, will fucking ignore that. Will ignore your obligation to be a good person and just take the easy way out. Just as you're doing right now.
Hold on. I haven't heard from you in forever, and I don't think your mic's working. Can you just confirm that you could actually speak for us? Absolute silence.
It do be
exactly
like that.
What I expected.
It do be like
All
that.
Right. Hours earlier, President Trump spoke with governors and called for a harsher police crackdown. Asked several times about the president's comments. Newsom declined to directly respond to Trump or criticize him.
I appreciate the man having some respect and not fucking making every single thing about Trump.
It just sound like he's the fucking devil.
Good lord. But what do you think about Trump?
All right. So here's the thing.
Take the man's dick out of your mouth.
I don't approve of everything Trump does, but harsher police crackdowns are what we need. We need to handle this. We need to say no. This is not okay. You don't get to see one person die and then kill dozens and hospitalize and harm and loot hundreds of people. You don't get to do that. That is not acceptable. That is never acceptable, and it will never be okay. Hey, Mort.
So question: Who put riots in their apocalypse bingo?
What?
Unfortunately, I did not have riots in the bingo. Unfortunately,
I don't think my paper has riots either.
I had it. I predicted this. I made this fucking happen.
Good job. I mean, do you have bingo or not?
I don't know. It's been a wacky year.
Also, do the murder hornets count, or was that just a filler episode?
I just need either the Yellowstone volcano to explode or the aliens to come down to get the bingo.
Ooh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. I'm still missing 2 spaces, personally.
Yeah,
So,
I got my spaces.
I just want to say, even if there was an actual, like, if the police had a mandate where they had to, like, oppress, even if it was, like, true that the police had to oppress a certain amount of black people to meet a quota, even if there was some Orwellian shit like that, you people, by burning down businesses and looting shit and all that, are still doing a net negative over anything you trying to achieve here.
So what is the logic there with the assumption, like, you know, the black police officers, do you honestly believe that there is a quota that those officers have been given to, like, I don't know, man.
You know, this is hold on. Go ahead.
They only give the quota to white.
They only give it to. They have secret white meetings where they all wear hoods.
Yeah, without the black cops, you know, like, Jesus, how fucking far do they honestly believe? This is like some conspiracy theory shit at this point.
But like, hold on.
The point of the protests are like to protest that shit is happening and that shit should be better, right? That's the whole point of the protest. And how are you making things better by burning down businesses that had no part of this?
I want to be very clear. What happened to George Floyd was wrong. It should never have happened. That is a police issue with that state. At most, it should have warranted a peaceful emphasis on peaceful protest in that state. This is not a situation. There is not
the middle of a
with racism. This is not a race issue. This is a police training issue. And the police need to be trained better? Sure. Like,
this is a cop being an autist that shouldn't have never been a cop.
They shouldn't have even had a protest, no matter even if it was peaceful, because we're in the middle of a fucking.
No, fair point, Mort. Actually, you know what? You're right there.
But hold on, I'd just like to say
I
that.
keep forgetting that the coronavirus is a thing because it's most recent issue.
But yeah, I'd like to say this is essentially, like, you know how there's like all sorts of gang and like drug problems in, like, you know, the hood, quote unquote. But you don't solve that issue by fucking, like, bringing in a SWAT team to the hood and tearing it apart. The same way you don't solve this issue by fucking rioting and tearing everything apart. You're not solving anything. You're not sending a message to anyone except that
they don't want.
Go ahead.
They don't want to solve anything. This is a tantrum. They just want to have a tantrum. They're hiding behind the guise of it being a protest. But most of these people here are just terrible people
like,
who want to
what
fucking
message are you
riot.
sending? Think about the message that you're sending doing this.
They're not trying to send any message. There's barely any goodwill in this at all.
No, but
this
they're
is just
going
a
to try to fucking stand on their fucking high horse, talking about, but I was morally right because you see we were protesting for this and that, and no, the fuck you are not.
There was a real, actual, tangible, systematic oppression. Then they would have a point here, but there isn't.
Even if there was, a coordinated revolution is what you need, not fucking random ass riots and burning down shit and looting it.
At the most,
you can fucking coordinate. You're expecting too much.
They have social media. Apparently they can, because they organized on a fucking road. Like, right. They got there. I gotta give them that.
They get to that road.
It's like how the
where was this energy when we were gonna go storm Area 51?
Yeah,
where was this energy? We could have had alien tech, alien coochie, but no. You fucking autists are more concerned about a random fucking death than getting alien coochie. I am disgusted. I am appalled.
This is terrible,
we should have told them George Floyd.
We could have had cat girls, goddammit. We could have had cat girls, and you're doing
that is the
this
biggest
shit.
shame.
This shit, you should be ashamed of yourself.
We should have had
Disgusting.
furries with their hands hanging out.
That's some age.
God damn. Jesus Christ.
How about you get this next one, Mort?
I can't read.
You can't read?
Okay, hold on. Which is the next one?
It's
Two people dead.
yeah, there you go.
Hold on. Just click the link. 2 people dead after arresting David Potts. Police officer shot after being out. Who the fuck organized this? Woody?
Law enforcement officers
ambush energy.
survey search warrant near the corner of 15th and Maritile Street following a night of violence in Davenport that left 1 officer shot in an ambush-style shooting and 2 other people killed in 4 shootings after 4 shootings after rioting broke out in Davenport Monday.
Good job.
They forgot a T in shooting.
What?
Look right there. They forgot the T in shooting.
I don't see what the... I wasn't even following where the fuck you were reading. Like the... Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll print my screen for you. They forgot the fucking T.
They forgot the
I don't
T.
even know which one you're reading.
Yeah, like I'm lost right now.
But you're way the fuck down. Okay.
Is he way the fuck down?
He might be.
I was trying to follow along, see where the fuck he was reading.
Yeah.
He's got me
Let me
fucked
read
up.
what I see, Blacky, and you can tell me.
Around 3 a.m., officers were ambushed in the area of 15th and Myrtle Street. The officers were riding in the same vehicle at the time, and the vehicle was in motion when they were ambushed. He said, "Shots." One officer and several rounds hit the officer's vehicle.
Oh, you're in the
Found
photo
3
gallery, you
administrative
motherfucker.
At the Alwa division of criminal justice. What?
Never mind. He's in the photo gallery because he's a dumbass.
Oh,
Anyways. This is unacceptable. This is exactly what we've been talking about this whole time about these riots. 1 man died. 1 man died in police custody. This happens all the fucking time.
Holy
to
shit.
black
20
people
shots
ever.
fired calls.
But
20 people called
you
in
wanna
about
kill.
shots fired.
So many people are dead now. So many people are hospitalized. So much property has been damaged or destroyed. This is insane. Over 1 person. 1 person and a retarded cop. That's
Holy
what you're
fuck.
gonna do.
Can I ask, what was George Floyd, what he doing when he got arrested?
Huh?
not social distancing. I'll tell you that much.
If I remember correctly, there
What's
was a
what-
call about him passing a counterfeit bill or something. And then I didn't watch like the proper video, but I don't know what the fuck exactly he was doing. It's not really the point, though. The point isn't exactly how this particular incident went down. Because the consensus is that the particular incident was carried out in a very poor and inflammatory manner. Which,
No, it's
I'm
just
all
that-
for, like,
it's just
supporting that. But, like,
Sikorsky
this
said-
whole result is ridiculous.
Sikorsky said what we experienced last night, is not unacceptable, and it does not honor the memory of Mr. Floyd. But Mr. Floyd was a fucking criminal, so...
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
We'll see. The thing is, regardless, like, even if this cop was racist and not just fucking retarded, even if the man he killed was completely innocent, like, this is not acceptable under any circumstances. Again, in the extreme that Blacky presented, even if a cop walked into a fucking church and gunned down everyone in it, this is not acceptable. This will
Let
never
me just
be
say,
acceptable.
like, every day there's shootings, every day there's murders. There's been plenty of black on black, white on black, so on and so forth.
White on
murders.
white, like...
Why are you holding cops to such a fucking massive fucking expectation, and then subsequently fucking going out under the impression that all of them are terrible? Like, what sense does that
Horrible
make?
people.
If you think that cops are all fucking terrible, why do you have such high expectations of them?
I'm going to take the nihilist route for a second here. There are there is someone that dies every hour on this fucking planet.
Not even. Every minute, every second, like, I mean, like...
Every day, there are hundreds that die. Who the fuck cares about this Floyd fucker? Quite honestly, other than his family, who the fuck gives a fuck?
Apparently, like...
I'm just saying, like...
a shit ton of people, because...
I mean, apparently. Like,
This
There's
is
a shit ton of people who want a high horse and who want to loot.
This is about people who want an excuse to be mad and want to, like, say, oh, I'm oppressed because one person died in a dumb way.
there's some people who are really bored in the middle of this quarantine.
I want to be very clear here. What happened was wrong, but it is not a systematic issue. You can't take one person.
Just imagine if
nothing would have happened. Not a damn thing would have happened.
Wouldn't have even made the fucking news.
White people don't have a victim complex.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Look, like, what about all, like, the racist shit going on around, like, in Canada and Vancouver shit towards fucking Asians? You don't see them fucking rioting. Like, there are much more fucking cases.
Real.
But I'm saying there are, like, many more cases going on of that than, like, any sort of fucking racial thing going on with black people here. And yet, they are not rioting. They are not going out of their way to make the situation fucking worse.
That's actual,
the Asians are used to not rioting because the last time they tried that, the tanks.
the people disappeared.
They learned their lesson.
They were gone.
I mean, are we gonna have to teach them the same lesson here?
Yeah,
are we gonna have to bring the tanks out into the fucking road?
You think the white people would riot for them though?
Get a tank out there and have the little gunner on the top just shooting out rubber bullets.
Listen, man, just water hoses. We need to do this like in the civil rights era.
Oh my god!
Just water hoses
dogs and water hoses. Y'all gonna learn today.
You need the water hoses, you need the dogs, and you need the cops going over with the wooden sticks. I mean, not the fucking plastic batons and shit, but actual like wooden fucking sticks.
No, barbed wire wrapped around baseball bats. But give them some actual bruises and cuts I'm not condoning. Over.
I'm not endorsing the use rather of water hoses and dogs. All I'm saying is that it worked well enough that we got MLK.
You know what? After seeing what happened on that bridge, I totally endorse the dogs and water hoses. Fuck you.
Nah, man.
You people can't act like reasonable adults. You can get the water hose. Fuck you. Clean up your act before we clean you.
Let's get an AC-130. Let's load it up with rubber bullets and pepper spray.
Like, what did those riots accomplish in, like, the fucking civil rights movement? Nothing. What did one man leading his people peacefully accomplish? Fucking everything. Good lord. When will you people learn?
No, to be fair,
Gandhi did not fucking starve himself in fucking India. Because he fucking wanted to. He knew damn well that if he opposed the British with force, they were gonna hit back with force, and he wasn't a fucking idiot about it.
Respond with superior and sufficient firepower. That is the motto.
Like, Gandhi did not have the fucking benefit of that. The fucking British didn't want to gun him down. Okay.
Look, I can explain why they don't do the Martin Luther King approach anymore, because they all like to shit on Martin Luther King. They have completely, like, forgot his message altogether, and just fucking ignore it completely.
Like, we have progressed so far.
So far.
And
we have gone so far back with these riots.
Look,
listen, man, if the only systematic oppression that I will ever acknowledge in this country, the only is that they're the fucking college exams, and it's against white people. You can get tuitions for being black. You can get scholarships for being black. You are never going to get a fucking scholarship for being white. If you are, it's going to be a single one. Like, being born a female, being born black, being born of like a certain I guess a religion I can get behind because it's something you can choose. But like all of these things are against the group like who claim these people who claim that they are oppressed have these advantages, and yet they claim that they are still the victims of systematic oppression. Also, I think
Like,
we lost someone.
Are there biases that exist? Yes, but those are much more tied to the culture than the actual people. When you when you come out here, right, and you act like a decent, respectable human being, regardless of your race, your gender, whatever, you will be treated with respect.
All the
When you
people that
fucking
complain,
cheap out and this fucking shit goes crazy, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get treated like crazy people.
More, you had something you wanted to say, right? Go ahead.
I forgot it.
Good job.
Good.
I don't know any of these
Good
people.
job.
I don't know any single one of these people that are rioting. But if you had asked me before, like a week before, if I would wish death on any of them, the answer would be no. If you ask me now,
No.
some of them definitely fucking deserve it.
These people who are pulling people out of trucks and beating them
the
to
shit out
death,
of
these
them.
people who are shooting at cops, these people who are raiding police stations, all of them. Terrible people. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't wish they would die. Let's be real. It's not what they deserve. But they should be incarcerated, and it should be a terrorism. That's what this
It's
is.
essentially
At this
terrorism.
point, you are trying to scare the people of this country, or you're just trying to loot the fuck out of it. I don't know. Maybe. Like, maybe you just want to fucking raid the entire United States. That's what it feels like.
Like, if this keeps going on, you're gonna make 9/11 look like a fucking joke. And that's saying something.
Show. It is a fucking show. It was like the people who die in the U.S. daily are more than the fucking deaths that happened in those Twin Towers.
I doubt that, but we can
I
check.
mean,
Hold on.
It might
I'm
be,
pretty sure that's
given
wrong.
the size of the U.S. I don't know.
It's not so
I mean,
much about the amount of people; it's how they had to die.
It's the statement that was made by 9/11, like that. Because before then, other than like the British and all that, like America hadn't been attacked on its own soil. Like the effect was that like it reminded America that we weren't untouchable.
Fucking traumatized by it. You guys have been fucking absolutely traumatized by one fucking.
Fair enough.
All
you know
right
what?
then.
To be honest,
a lot of the world, the rest of the
Here's
world
the
has
thing,
experienced
we
far
should
worse.
riot. we should riot
The
them.
rest of the world. Okay, look. The rest of the world has experienced far worse, and they haven't fucking like they haven't
Of all-
fucking responded to it. They
Of
haven't
all
been
the things that are gonna
traumatized
get,
by it.
of all the things that are gonna get us shut down, this conversation right here is probably what's.
Right here. I'd be careful for it. There are people who will fly to Algeria
Wait, not at this time.
and then immediately get shanked to death. All I'm saying is, man, be careful what you say.
Before we move on, all I want to say is, people bring up the fact that cops protect other cops when they do bad shit, and there's a premise for that because whenever a cop like fucks up, oh my god, they start burning the fucking city down.
I mean,
Trying
like,
to
that's
get to
not
that
a fair
man.
argument. Every group protects members of its own group when they fuck up.
Like the cops are against everyone. Apparently, everyone is against the cops. So who else do they have to protect each other except each other?
Yeah. It's so rough. Like, it's not fair to police officers. Listen, I've had a shit ton of bad experiences with police officers, especially in my childhood, but never once have I blamed them for those experiences.
They're not my favorite type of people either.
They're not.
Come on.
They're not my favorite people. This is just unfair. These people risk their lives on a daily basis. One person fucks up. You do not burn down the fucking country.
Look, okay, let's put it this way. You have a fish tank, and you stick your finger in the fish tank, and one of the fish bites you. You then don't go and throw the whole fish tank out.
You do not bleach the oceans.
Oh boy.
Look, everybody who has done this, please listen to your fucking president and take a bath in bleach. Drink your fucking bleach.
You never said to do that, you dipshit.
No, he did though. He did. What he said was, "Listen, we're gonna just inject disinfectants, and that will be a cure." So listen, here's what I want you all to do. If you're gonna be participating in these protests, you need to be safe about the coronavirus. Make sure you're not spreading it.
Make
So
sure
just
take a Tide Pod and just take a big fucking big bite out of
in the
it.
morning.
Yeah, you know that old couple that drank the fish tank cleaner shit.
Yeah.
The wife is apparently they're looking into investigation that maybe it was murder.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, honey, just take some of this.
That? Immediately after Trump talked about injecting disinfectants, Lysol was like, "Oh fuck, no, don't do that. Not like this. We do not cure the coronavirus. Do not inject our products into yourselves. We're not fucking Tide Podsing this shit. Get the fuck away from us." Timmy, you put those Lysol wipes down, bitch.
Hold on. Did you watch the College Humor video?
No, I didn't.
Who the fuck watches that shit anymore?
Exactly. College Humor's dead. Anyways, Rochester woman attacked by looters speaks out. Because, we gotta get to the end of this eventually. Fucking...
Several businesses were looted in greater Rochester area, including a commercial property at the corner of Howell Street and Monroe Avenue.
It's pronounced Howell, you fucking mongoloid.
Oh well, fuck you, ho.
Howell and Monroe. Fucking Monroe. Jesus Christ, what the hell
Madison
is wrong
Mavity, 24, says looters and vandals broke into the exterior of her home late Saturday. Why is your house connected to the fucking fire equipment store and the fucking jewelry repairs? Man. What?
Listen, no, this is a thing. Like, in my neighborhood, like, I live in an apartment complex, but across the street, we have homes that are businesses, too. We have a dentistry practice, and we have a ballet fucking practice area that is a home and a business. So this makes sense to me.
Holy shit. I was just trying to help the store downstairs. They were broken into and vandalized. We were helping fix their window, and more people came and re-broke everything. I was just trying to get them away. They absolutely just beat the shit out of him. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, man.
Mavity and her husband sustained injuries. They were just trying to fix a fucking window that you had already broken, and you came back to beat the shit out of him. What's wrong with you people?
What the absolute fuck? My husband's hand is, quote, crazy hurt. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, that's not... I should laugh at that.
I thought maybe I had a concussion. There was ringing in my ears.
You can tell she's 24.
The whole left side of my body is bruised.
Okay. This is she's absolutely right. This is just senseless violence. She's absolutely right. There is no reason for this shit. Not a damn reason in the world.
But
and you know what?
But look at this. She also says,
I don't want to bring negative connotations to what
you should not feel
matter.
fucking afraid to speak out over this senseless violence.
This woman is terrified to say that this is like anything like what we're saying, because like thank God the internet is at least semi-anonymous or
anonymous.
Fucking hell. Anonymous. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. That's how we say that word now.
Anybody who wants to attack Serenity,
God forbid anyone point out how wrong this is.
Yeah, God forbid you be demonized for having an opinion that differs from other people.
Guys, let more
anybody who wants to attack Serenity, anybody who wants to attack Serenity, she lives in California somewhere.
That's not even right. Okay.
Good luck finding the sheet that looks
First of all, that's not right. Second of all, even if it was right, you think I'm gonna let your dumbass dox somebody on fucking air?
I am apparently a transgender woman, so good luck finding me. The only
just look for the person with the golf club.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, hold on. What's your thought process here? You think I'm just gonna let you dox someone on our show?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking...
I'm trying to protect Serenity by giving them the wrong location, and you
stupid. Stop being stupid.
They
don't know what his location is to begin with.
Jesus Christ.
You're not helping.
What if you sent someone to the wrong house
and they beat the shit out of him?
Listen, no, actually, I want to test this. Hold on. Let me find a random address. After all this conversation, I want to send a random address.
Let's not. Let's
I want
not.
to see.
Let's not.
These people are dumb enough, right? They probably are. I don't want to get anyone hurt.
Holy shit, Vancouver!
No,
Holy shit, it's your
What?
favorite place, Blacky. This next one.
Yep. Thousands in Vancouver rally against police. So a black man dies in America, and Vancouver starts rioting.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Boy.
The worst place in all of Canada.
Metro Vancouver Transit Police are asking for the public's help in identifying the suspect who allegedly attacked a young woman and a Good Samaritan in an apparent hate crime.
Hang on. Serenity, hang on. I think you skipped one.
Yeah.
We're at Thousands in Vancouver rally.
Oh, no. I have apparently skipped one. Where?
Yes, you have.
I don't have it.
It's probably just a link and not a picture of
Oh, my bad.
But hold
Sorry.
on. See, I don't.
Professionalism.
I'm reading this real quick, and I don't see any part about them burning down businesses or anything.
it. Well, because they're Canadian. They're too pussy to burn anything down.
Speeches, candlelight vigil, something an actual fucking protest should look like.
Holy shit, this is like they've learned from Martin Luther King. Canada has learned more from Martin Luther King.
No.
That's
No, don't
crazy.
give them the credit. It's just because the Canadians are too high to do anything, and also because they're fucking Canadians. They're goddamn pussies.
But like, they're good.
Just
This
like,
is a good trade
we're
right
real
now.
sorry. We're real sorry about this man who died.
I'm sorry, man.
Look, the Canadians have French blood in them.
They
We
surrender.
surrender. Please don't shoot. This man
Hold on.
please don't shoot.
Hold on. I would just like to bring your attention to the last big. The protest ended about 2.5 hours after it was started. No one was arrested.
Yeah, no one was
And it's
arrested.
also
You have a
picture
picture
of-
here of the cops just happily smiling next to a protester.
This hoodie should be on every American protester right now.
But like,
every
hold on,
single
look at
one
this.
of them.
Like, look at this.
This hoodie.
Look at this happy image. No one's being hurt. Look at the difference in tone. Look at how you actually handle things like this.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
Lord,
I mean,
people.
those police officers should put their mask back the fuck on.
I mean, yeah.
But still, like the point is, these police and like, is that a protester next to him? Like,
I'm
this
presuming.
is how you handle this. Like, also 6 feet of distance, bitches. But you know.
They're not handling everything properly. I mean, they
But
should.
this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You breed
I mean-
understanding between the police
And
and
like, look, they're having a
supposedly
candlelight
oppressed.
vigil for the man. They're showing respect for his passing. They're not fucking taking his passing as an excuse to commit fucking war crimes, essentially.
Listen, there's a lot of things that, like, the processes that go on in Canada, there's a lot of issues with them. But, like, this is a beautiful showing of how you handle a protest.
This
If
is
you
not the
feel
time to
something is wrong.
damage. This is not the time to riot. This is not the time to be disrespectful to the community and the people around us. This is the time to show that we are peaceful.
I guarantee, like,
Man, why is Canada so much better sometimes, man?
it's not... Listen, man, like, I don't know. America's just so
Look,
fun.
they have fucking maple syrup.
They
That's
have
what
the
they have.
maple syrup. That's the real
yeah,
drugs.
shit.
They should just, you know what they should do, guys? They should get those vending machines and just fill them with maple syrup. That would, I swear, that would single-handedly solve the drug crisis. Alright,
How about you read this next one? Actually, who hasn't read in a bit?
that's probably me.
Morty.
You want to go?
I did read.
How about...
I'll do it. I'll
Yeah,
do
there you
it.
go.
Woman allegedly punches teen in head on a Vancouver bus, mocks her ethnicity. Video. Metro Vancouver Transit Police are asking for the public's help in identifying the suspect who allegedly attacked a young woman and a Good Samaritan in an apparent hate crime. In a release, police state that a 17-year-old teenager and her mother boarded a bus near Pacific Center Mall in Vancouver at approximately 3:45 p.m. on May 21st. Shortly after, a woman on the bus focused on the teen, who was wearing a headscarf, asking where she was from and if she was Canadian. The woman proceeded to ridicule and mock the teen's ethnicity. Police say the woman became increasingly aggressive towards the teens, stating words to the effect of, "Your smile is making me want to punch you in the face." The woman then allegedly punched the teen in the head several times.
Man,
Fucking
I
great
want to
job.
punch
The
you.
victims-
I want to punch you. The
victim's
woman then
headscarf
proceeded to
was
punch him.
partially knocked
Holy
off.
shit.
Not the headscarf. The fucking headscarf was knocked off. This is fucking terrible. What the fuck is this mentioned?
Good lord.
Before her mother and a fellow passenger were able to separate the suspect from the teen. Let me say something. Oh wait, hold on. This gets worse. Apparently, I read a little bit further ahead. The suspect who got off the bus at Hastings Street and Jackson Avenue in Vancouver was followed by the Good Samaritan, who called 911. When she was noticed she was being followed, the suspect allegedly took off her boots and began hitting the Good Samaritan. When she took out a knife, the Good Samaritan stepped
What
back
in the fuck?
and the suspect ran away. What the absolute fuck? We were just taught, Vancouver, you were doing so well.
Drugs are one hell of a drug, my dude.
Drugs are one hell of a drug.
This is so fucked up. Look at this woman. This bitch. Just look at her. Oh
Man,
my god.
I just love the fucking.
Why did she take off her boots, though?
Who knows? She, like,
to
okay, she's
hit
got
him
like
with
heels. Look, if you look, she's got like those heels on him. I assume she wanted to beat the shit out of him with them.
She had a knife though.
She
And
did have
took
a
it
knife
out.
though. I don't know what the.
What
fuck.
the absolute fuck?
No.
What the
I bet
fuck?
you this is a Karen and this is a mother. Mothers are always more proficient with their boots than with a fucking knife.
Mm.
No, like the person who got hit was with her fucking mother. Like, oh my god.
No,
like,
I'm saying
props to this fucking
I'm
Good
saying
Samaritan. What a fucking chat,
saying
this
the-
man.
The suspects. I'm saying the suspects is more proficient with boots than knives.
So okay,
I
so the
just wanna
suspect is described as a possibly an indigenous female of 40 years.
Possibly, you think? Like, targeting this woman, you want to guess that? Possibly. Huh. Okay.
No. The person who started beating the fuck out of the people was an indigenous woman.
Yeah. No
wow,
shit.
this is something.
This is
Just I like the. Your smile is making me want to punch you in the face. Followed by
Holy
the
fuck.
woman that
What-
allegedly
what-
punched
what-
her. in
what the fuck?
How are you going to respond
What the
to
fuck
someone's
next?
smile?
Scalpings?
What in
Like,
the absolute
you-
fuck?
What are we
walk
gonna
up to
see
this
next?
person.
Scalpings?
You walk up to this person.
I'm surprised
and
she didn't
you
take her
start
hand.
insulting them, and their response is to smile and just smile and wave it off, and you want to punch them in the face. For
Smile
that.
and wave.
What an
Boy,
absolute
smile and wave.
prick! This bit, I just
It's a smile and wave, boys. A smile and wave.
fucking okay. Penguins from Madagascar. Let's calm the fuck down.
Let's move on. We got more things to take care of.
All right, what's
J.K.
next?
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling threatens legal action against Metro Vancouver transgender activist over tweets.
I like that tweets was the one that made you fucking giggle.
J.K. Rowling is just this author. Oh God.
Making
Hold on a
serious
second. What in the fuck is this? LGBTQ2 plus? What? It keeps getting
Oh my
worse every time you
fucking
see
God.
it.
Like, it's just gonna be the whole fucking alphabet. At some point, I'm gonna open up a fucking article, and it's going to be
There's a
paragraph
reason.
of them.
Look,
No,
there's
no,
a
hold on,
reason.
hold on,
There's
hold on.
a reason why these people. There's a reason why these people are called the alphabet soup.
That's
No, hold
not
on,
what
hold on.
alphabet soup refers to, but. Well,
I need to show you something.
Go ahead.
That's
go
not
ahead, Mark.
that's not the full list.
No, we
Well,
know.
you can show it. You can show it after.
Exactly.
We got shit to do.
Fucking.
Alright.
Hold on a second though. I want to read out this deleted tweet. Definitely something to keep a close eye on. In recent years, Rowling has made it clear she can no longer be trusted around children.
That is what she is talking about is basically Rowling said a while back, it's not possible to change genders. And this woman is saying in a tweet that clearly implies she's a fucking pedophile.
Imagine.
That she can't be trusted around children. That is not what fucking happens. There is no real evidence that suggests that Rowling has done anything to children. All she is saying is you can't fucking change sexes. Sure, change genders. You can't change sex, though. That is her opinion on the matter, and she is allowed to have that fucking opinion. And you are not allowed to imply she is a fucking
pedophile.
Fucking pedophile.
And this is in response to her announcing a new children's book.
So Lindsay, here's this is
no one wants to read it. No one wants to read it. Thank you. Now, she announces she's gonna make a new children's book, and the response is, "Yeah, actually, though, she's a pedophile." What the fuck? At the request
and I stand with Rowling on this. She does, like, some of the things she does, like, declaring way after the fact that Dumbledore is gay and shit like that. That's dumb. This, I stand with her on.
This, I will... fucking beautiful, though. The absolute straw man.
The absolute bullshit of this. Oh my god.
Holy fuck, dude.
Okay, so here's... I have to, like... After reading this, she follows up with a reply adding, "With that said, I stand with her on the intent of the tweet, which is to highlight the dangerous nature of transphobia. Children are particularly vulnerable, and must be accepted for who they are, not told that who they are is wrong."
You can't quote Spider-Man. Hold on a second.
Comes great responsibility.
The fuck? You don't get to just willfully misrepresent someone like this. This is illegal. This is what slander is all about.
Where the fuck is Disney when you need them?
At the request and on the advice of my lawyers, I have deleted my original tweet. Fuck.
My god.
Oof.
Dude, slander is a thing for a reason. You do not get to, wrongfully defame someone for this. That is willful
misrepresentation. What you did is you deleted your original tweet and then completely changed the intent of the tweet by trying to lie about what the intent of that tweet was.
Right or wrong, wealth is powerful. What an asshole, dude. You were lying about it.
She followed up with a reply adding, with that said, I stand behind the intent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, that is basically... Her lawyers told you, hey, take this shit down now. You just implied that J.K. Rowling is a pedophile. You fucking moron. And then she was like,
look,
okay.
J.K. Rowling...
But also...
J.K. Rowling is an idiot.
But she's not a mort.
She is not a fucking pedophile. You do not get to call her that.
Unless you can show the proof and the fucking receipts, you don't get to say that.
Show the receipts, exactly.
Show the screenshot her. It didn't happen, bitch. I want her in a confessional booth.
I just want to comment on this.
Go ahead.
I just want to comment on this. Is this an actual tranny or
Yes.
Apparently.
Whatever this thing is, those fucking teeth, please. Those fucking teeth. Just hide them. Please.
Really? The teeth are the thing you're gonna go after? Not these terrible fucking highlights?
Oh,
she doesn't have that bad of teeth,
the highlight's terrible. The fucking teeth that they're staring at my soul.
Also, the teeth are staring? What the fuck is your problem, boy? These highlights, though, I gotta agree.
But more.
She should have just gone full magenta.
More, I don't understand. How are you gonna what non-transgender person would actively become a transgender activist? Would willfully do that to themselves?
No, people do that.
White people.
No, there are people.
Goma, white
people especially, yeah.
Damn, I'm black right now. I don't know what y'all are on about. I'm changing my race real quick.
We need to move on to the funny. We need to move on to the funniest article here.
Jesus Christ, man.
Go ahead, Blacky.
No, before we go off this topic, Serenity, I need you to read that list.
No.
No, let's do this. We were talking about it. I feel like this is important now. LGBTQQIAAP. The initialism of that acronym, because I'm not saying it again, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, ally, and pansexual, has also resulted, though, although such initialisms are sometimes criticized for being confusing and leaving some people out. They want more
Leaving
letters.
some people
They want
out.
more.
As well as
fucking
issues
letters.
of the placement of the letters in the. Like, this is not a
What?
competition.
Is this like some bitch where it's like black people have to sit at the back of the bus? Do they want letters further ahead? What the absolute
What
fuck?
the fuck is the difference between
Also-
transgender and transsexual?
Why,
Okay, so
why does asexual and ally get to be there? There's no
Okay,
reason for that.
So to clarify,
Oh.
transsexual is impossible. Sex is a biological thing. It is you were born with a dick, you were born with a vagina. That's sex.
Mhm.
That is biological sex. Gender is whatever the fuck you want people to think you are. That is how, supposedly, from what I understand, that is how they want you to think of it, and that is how science will
so
approach it.
in their little
But
list
they
here,
want to rewrite science and say, "Oh, I'm also transsexual,"
Hold on.
which is basically a sex change.
yeah. So what they're saying is they want, because I'm assuming this is what happened here. They had transsexual on here. They had transgender, and there was a whole bitch fit between people who have and have not gotten the fucking surgery.
Probably.
That's the only thing I can
That's
imagine
so-
happening.
that's
A
like
whole
you said.
fucking bitch fit.
All right,
I was
next
just
up.
about to say, there's lesbian, gay, and queer. They all have the same meaning.
They're just gay.
All right.
First of
Jake
all,
Paul.
ally is not a sexuality. Asexual means that you don't like to get involved, so that shouldn't be there.
By the way-
Questioning.
by the way,
No, questioning. If you don't know what the fuck you are, please stay the fuck out of the
If you're
conversation
questioning,
until
you're
you figure it out.
bisexual. It's that simple.
This is the old version. They have revised it into a new version. This is
All
the
right.
new version.
Let's move on. Jake Paul responds to being seen in middle of Arizona Mall looting. Okay. Okay.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I
So
not
here's the
surprised?
thing. I hate Jake Paul as a person,
He's
but
terrible.
like I see no problem with him recording. I sincerely I question his choice to go to this fucking mall and record people looting. And, that is just dumb. That is fucking dumb. But I see no problem with him doing it from a moral perspective.
Like, he went and filled a fucking dead body. What sort of expectations do you have of this person?
Yeah,
He filmed George Floyd's second body.
he was there. He
selfie
filmed the
with
whole
it.
thing. Didn't step in or anything.
No. Jake Paul, didn't he do a fucking movie, like a YouTube release, for called Airplane Mode, where he took a fucking selfie with a dead corpse? Wasn't that
he
a
went
thing?
he went to the Japanese. I don't know if it's like hanging force or something, but it's a force where it's notable for people committing suicide there, hanging from the trees.
It's the sea of trees.
Yeah, and he fucking he videotaped the corpse and used this as a fucking way to get views.
Oh my god, no, that's not what I was talking about. But I didn't know he did that. That's
what everybody was
my
so
God.
fucking pissed at him for.
All right,
he makes
Jake
this video
Paul.
and he uses this as a fucking. I don't remember if he used it as a thumbnail or if it was just a big point of the video, but
Oh, fuck.
trying to get fucking views through that is ridiculous.
No. Okay. Jake Paul was in the middle of a mall that was being looted Saturday night, and he's taken on a lot of heat for it. The YouTube star was at Fashion Square in Scottsdale, Arizona, and you can see in the video the looters are stealing tennis shoes and pretty much everything that isn't nailed down. You don't see Paul steal anything, but he's right there as everyone around him destroys shops and steals what's inside. One of the most ridiculous comments on social media: Jake is a millionaire, so he doesn't need to loot. That logic justifies looting for some, and that's just plain wrong. Alright, so here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk about. I don't care about Jake Paul. What I want to talk about, and this is what I was talking about earlier before we started recording. This is Arizona in the middle of the fucking summer. Who the fuck is going... Okay, it's Scottsdale, and I can say Scottsdale's a little bit cooler, but still... In the middle of the Arizona summer, this fucking mall's not turned on. I would hope that the air conditioning isn't on right now. So this place is a fucking oven. Who the fuck in the middle of the coronavirus is going to Scottsdale? I can see this in Flagstaff. Flagstaff, this is fine. What the fuck?
Who the fuck in the coronavirus is going to go and start rioting?
So this is Scottsdale.
Also,
This is
I
the
would
rich part
like
of
to
Arizona.
say-
For those of you who don't know, you go to Scottsdale, you expect fancy houses and shit like that. Like, being born there, this is like rich people rioting and looting in the middle, like, of the wealthiest part of the country, or not country, in the part of the state, and in the hottest time of the year, in like a fucking oven, in a literal fucking oven.
I would just like to say.
Go ahead, Mort.
The fucking I like how the fucking response that like Jake wrote out is clearly not written by him, but by his lawyers.
I mean, of course. Do you think this motherfucker can write?
I've seen what he wrote when he was doing that whole I'm going to teach you how to be a viner and how to get rich because you don't need school.
Again.
Have you seen that? I've seen the writing. This man can't write for shit. I'm better at writing and reading than this man is.
That's saying a lot.
Again, this isn't. I don't see an issue with him recording this shit.
I just think it's funny because like Jake Paul is the type of guy to be on the plane heading into the Twin Towers and be like fucking vlogging it.
Yeah, he's gonna vlog his child's birth. If he's gonna get a wife. You know that. He's at least gonna have a child.
He's gonna vlog the
because
sex
he's that
scene.
popular. He's gonna vlog the fucking child being born. I guarantee it. And his child's gonna get hit by a bus, and he's gonna vlog
it.
No. Most likely, he's gonna get to an old age. Probably take some young fangirl that wants to get with the old.
5 years old.
And then they're gonna have some type of baby. He's gonna Vine molesting the fucking child at some point because he's an idiot.
Vine is
we gotta
dead,
be
man.
careful with that pedophilia. This is all satire, guys.
Yeah, it's just
Jokes.
satire.
We're not being a pedophile. We can't
he's
pull
gonna
that.
film himself.
I'm predicting his future. The man's an idiot.
He's gonna vlog himself going to town and then claim that it was just an actor who was just portraying it.
It was a social experiment.
This is mean, guys. Calm down. My lawyers have requested that I point out that I was using a condom.
I just don't understand. Like, why is he out here in the middle of the fucking riot trying to get footage? Sit down. Stay home.
Listen, man, like, there are 1,000 idiots.
Sorry, no, I don't understand why he thinks it's reasonable to do this.
If he didn't show up, go ahead.
His audience is fucking consisted of like 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds. He can't like get the views. He can't like fucking film his fucking Lamborghini every goddamn video.
Hey guys, look at this guy stabbing this other guy in the middle of a fucking Target.
Alright, so moving on, because I think we've had enough about Jake Paul. The next article is just Jake Paul responding to backlash.
The next article is literally the same thing. We have 2 articles about the same thing. So I think, if we have any final comments, because I don't think it's really worthwhile going through this again. Do you have any final comments here for the audience?
I like how Serenity fucking put it. Move on to Jake Paul, from Jake Paul to Jake Paul.
Listen, man, I didn't realize that living guys were this
living
fucking
rent
repetitive.
free in your head, Mike. Rent free.
Rent free.
But yeah, any final comments, boys?
Final comments. Number 1, you're all human garbage. Number 2, people die every single day. Number 3, fuck all of you.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on number 4.
How about the rest of y'all?
I just want to, like, sincerely, all jokes aside and shit like that, this is not worth killing people over. It will never be worth killing and maiming and looting people. Just calm the fuck down. If you sincerely feel this is a problem, then handle this in a more mature way, not by fucking killing people.
Serenity. I thought you were a psychopath, Serenity.
No, I'm not. Go fuck yourself. I am not a goddamn psychopath.
Oh yeah, you're a sociopath.
Okay. Mort, do you have any actual
Not that
comments
either.
besides just ridiculing other people?
Well, remember when I said last time I'm hopeful about humanity's future?
You
About how
fucking
we're gonna,
idiot.
how much we're gonna how much we're gonna like solve like shit like world hunger and greed in like 500 years. That was wrong.
You know, it occurs to me. It occurs to me. If this had happened in any other country, this
You
wouldn't
said
be an
200
issue.
years.
This would
Like,
not be an issue.
That's
because
what
look
I
at
wanted to bring up.
Vancouver.
I want to bring up actually, fucking Iran when when we just essentially nuked their whole dude up there. They had a whole vigil, and there was no fucking. There was like protests, but there was no riots, right? Like, it is possible to show respect for these people's passing, to show your disappointment and your anger without being absolute animals.
Yeah. This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Whatever happened to the war with Iran?
It's on hold until the coronavirus is over.
Look, everyone, stay tuned for our.
Corona, like the
Stay,
Chinese.
stay tuned for our new after hours segment with Ken.
Where he just bitches at us how fucking racist we are apparently for not believing.
That's gonna be a good
that,
segment.
like, God forbid. Jesus Christ.
Alright, I think that's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, have a terrible day.